We finally have a report suggesting Philadelphia and Jalen Hurts have begun contract negotiations. Just how long will it take to sign the superstar quarterback? Gardner-Johnson is gone, but his agent might have made a really big mistake, and I think a lot of people want this player to be taken at number 10 for Philadelphia in next month's draft. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome to the Thomas Mott Show early on a Monday morning. We had a very fun live show last night with Josh Davis, the Philly Special Show, breaking down, of course, the news of CJ Gardner-Johnson leaving. If you missed it, check it out. I'll link it here up at the top somewhere. But let's go ahead and begin with Jalen Hurts' contract first, and then get into the CJ Gardner-Johnson latest update, including his agent posting the details of the contract to Twitter. Wild stuff here. But first, the next domino to fall is Jalen Hurts and the contract that hasn't really taken form yet. I really thought Hurts' contract would be sooner rather than later, before free agency, but according to an NFL insider, you see it here on BleacherReport.com, Eagles rumors Jalen Hurts, Philly hold initial conversations for contract extension, which we'll see indicates it might be a little bit later than we think when they finally get this thing done. Here we go. Quote, Jalen Hurts put together a career year in 2022, and he should be Philadelphia Eagles starting quarterback for years to come. In fact, the Eagles have already held initial conversations with the Oklahoma product on a contract extension, ESPN's Dan Graziano reported Monday, that's today, on SportsCenter. Graziano, quote, he was a second-round pick, and they do not hold a fifth-year option on him for 2024. So there's a little more urgency with his negotiations than there is with some of the other guys. I'm told there have been initial conversations, and I would expect the Eagles and Jalen Hurts to find a path to a contract extension at some point this offseason. Eagles general manager Howie Roseman has been vocal and wanted to lock Hurts up to extension for a long time now. In February, he told reporters the team had a good sense of what it needs to do to retain him beyond the 2023 campaign, end quote. So this, of course, is good. I mean, they should be having conversations. My question is, why does it taken this long? You would think that Philadelphia would want to do this pre-free agency to free up additional cap space because you're extending Hurts' contract throughout many years, pushing the money a little bit further, and the bonuses and the guarantees and all the weird cap stuff that we mere mortals do not understand. But I think the real thing going on here was that Howie Roseman wanted to focus in on the internal free agents first. He wanted to re-sign Slay. He wanted to take a shot at Gardner-Johnson. He wanted Cox and Brandon Graham. He wanted to go get Mariota and all these different moves that he has made. He didn't want to be distracted by the Jalen Hurts contract situation. So I bet pre-free agency that the two got together, the agent of Jalen Hurts and, of course, Howie Roseman, they said, hey, we got, a little structure of the deal. We understand kind of the ballpark of where the money is going to be. Just let us get done with free agency, and then we'll focus in on it. This today confirms from Graziano that they have begun the conversation. My question is, will it be next week? Will it be next month? Will it be June, July? I have no idea, but the fact they have begun initial conversations is very good news for everyone involved here in Philadelphia. Thumbs up for that. Hurts is going to get more than $45 million, more than Dak Prescott. I think it'd be below 50. The projection I have is $47 million a year, which is a lot of money, but a lot of us understand how great Jalen Hurts is, and so thumbs up for that, and how he's going to make the cap space work. And they re-sign guys this year, so don't really worry about it. Give me your thoughts, though, on Hurts re-signing the contract. I always read the comments. I like to respond to them as well. Okay, let's go over here to the CJ Gardner-Johnson situation, and we broke it all down yesterday. Again, you missed the show. 10,000 of you guys watched that. Really appreciate it. Thumbs up. He's gone, and he's gone for a lot cheaper than what Philadelphia initially offered him. What's so interesting is this tweet from Universal Sports Management's Twitter account, which is the official Twitter account of CJ Gardner-Johnson's agent. Look at this morning. Perception versus reality. 1 year real versus 3 year fake. Which sounds better to you? 1 year deal, $8 million. What do you got in free agency? 3 year deal, $24 million max with $17 million in year 3. Which one you taking? Mic drop. And the replies to this are absolutely hilarious from people talking about, can't be real. The Eagles would offer the deal with a cap structure like that, $8 million a year in cash. And going through all these different options here about people responding to the tweet itself. But the funniest thing is, he's basically laying out that a 3-year deal, $8 million a year, or a 1-year deal, $8 million max, which he's getting $17 million in year 3. It's not like he wouldn't be getting the $17 million in year 3. Which of these two deals would you take? 1 year, $8 million with zero money guaranteed the next year, or a 3-year, $8 million a year deal with a ton of guaranteed money later on in the contract? Philadelphia can't get him off the books for $17 million in year 3. That's basically guaranteed to him. It was such a weird tweet. And again, the replies to this tweet are absolutely hilarious on here. And like Seth Joyner has a good one. I'm astonished at things And a few things here. This is my agency. They're fired at this point, this time of the post. Next, the ignorant of some responses. $3.5 million per year, first, and two, $17 million in year three. Yeah, take the $8 million out of hit the market next year. Lastly, the Birds will miss him playing, making, and swagger, in my opinion. The fact that guarantees were omitted tell you there was not guaranteed money. There's no way they weren't offering a signing bonus guaranteed money. And so the replies are just great. And I think CJ Gardner-Johnson's agent, it's just a very weird tweet for him to go ahead and do that. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I wish CJ Gardner-Johnson was coming back. But I think what happened, if you were going to look back to a week ago, the Eagles offered him a 3-year, $24 million max deal, day one of free agency. He thought he could get more money. His agency told him he could get more money. They went out to the market, saw there wasn't a lot more money, came back to Philly. Philly said, hey, we're not going to up it. They got mad and then took the next best deal, which is a 1-year prove-it deal for $8 million, which we talked about yesterday on the live show. Josh Davis said it perfectly. Listen, they, sure, $8 million guaranteed for 1 year is fine, but what about the security for year 2 and year 3? And I made the point, is there a guarantee that there's going to be more money for safeties next offseason than this offseason? I don't think so. To me, it looks like a bad move, but, you can't really blame a guy for wanting to go somewhere else and still make money this year, and so congratulations, CJ. Best of luck to you. Appreciate everything you did in Philadelphia. Hopefully you win a lot in the Detroit, but not enough to go ahead and beat us. I do want to quickly point out this Jono Barnes tweet, which is referencing a Roman Harper, and on Steve Smith's podcast, talking way back whenever he was with a Saint about CJ Gardner-Johnson. Listen to this.
So I think Chauncey is a really good young player. I think he will continue to evolve. It's going to be interesting because my only fear is that if he's not all the way right off the field and taking care of his business all the time, and continue to try and be the best person he can off the field, that would be my only scare for him. It has nothing to do with on-the-field talent because he's on-field talent. He was a first-round talent, but he got drafted in the 3rd round because of some other question marks. And then now he's been that first-round talent on the field since he got into the league. But it's concerns in some other areas. Why? Because the best players never leave your organization. The Saints weren't going to pay him. That's why they traded him. Philly eventually may have to pay him, or somebody's going to pay him.
He's a free agent.
Yeah, so somebody's going to pay him. But my only fear is money makes you more of what you are.
There you go. Money makes you more of what you are. We're not going to speculate on what that is, but I think that's a pretty good indicator from a really good safety formerly in the league of Roman Harper about kind of the, I don't want to say issues, but the things going on with CJ off the field. Would love you guys' thoughts on this whole CJ situation. A lot of comments last night saying, oh my gosh, how could we not sign him? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad he's gone. It's interesting to see what you guys think, but that's a very telling interview there with Steve Smith and Roman Harper. Now, to go ahead and wrap up today's show, I do want to mention this Crossing Broad article because there's one name that keeps popping up in my comment section about replacement options for CJ Gardner-Johnson, and that is the Alabama safety Brian Branch. And I think reading this little clip from Greg Zuerlein's write-up on NFL.com from the Crossing Broad website about what you get in Brian Branch, for those of you guys wondering who didn't watch a lot of Alabama games this year, it's fine. I mean, I'm in the SEC country. I live in Atlanta, so I did see a bunch of them. He's very, very good. How he take him at 10, I don't know, but this right here tells me that he could be a very real option at 10 or maybe a little bit later if they trade back. Quote, plug-and-play defensive back with every ingredient necessary to become a high-performing starter early in his career. Branch has primarily handled nickel coverage at Alabama, but has the range and instincts for single high or split safety looks. He's quick, fast, and strong with the ability to make up with shifty slots, bigger possession receivers, and pass-catching tight ends. He's urgent as a mind for the game. He takes playmaking angles in the throwing lane, but does have a tendency to play a little safe from off-man coverage. There are areas where he can improve, but no real weakness, which would make him one of the safest picks in the draft. Howie doesn't take safeties, but if there was one, the 6', 190 junior from Alabama, we've been drafting a lot of SEC guys recently, could be an option for Philadelphia. Thumbs up if you guys agree. I think Branch, I think Howie's going to go D-line at 10, but if Branch tests out of the water and Branch has a great pro day and Branch is incredible in terms of talking with him and meeting with him, maybe he slides in to be the next great SEC player on the current state of the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, plenty more stuff happening the next couple of days and weeks. I have a really cool launch happening hopefully later this week. Something I've been working on for a while now that I can't talk about yet, but it's way cooler in my opinion than what you guys are probably realizing, but I can't launch it. It's sitting right over there, but I can't show you. So subscribe notification bell. Stay tuned for it. I really hope you guys like this because I've been working on it for a while. And we got plenty of great stuff happening this week, including our Wednesday Link Live. Of course, every Wednesday night, 7 p.m., myself and Josh Davis of the Philly Special Show. I'm Thomas Mott. Never a dull day in the world of the National Football League. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.